Today we're going to go through cleaning out and everything about a Yamaha Blaster Carburetor. Tools you will need is a 6mm socket, small flathead screwdriver, air gun, number 2 Phillips, and some carbon throttle body cleaner. You can get away without the air gun if you do not have an air compressor, but it is helpful. First thing I'm going to do here is remove the cap and slide. The torque has been removed on this, so it's just a regular style cap. For the most part, anything you're going to need to do to get your machine running, because the carburetor is dirty, is going to happen through the bowl. So in here, to remove your main jet, you take your 6mm socket, loosen it up. You can pull this plastic cover, and there's this washer right here that goes underneath it. You're going to be checking to make sure that this main jet is clean. That is your higher speed jet. That's going to be like quarter throttle and above. Now we'll pull our floats and our needle out. Pull that pin out of the back and pull up on your float, and the needle will come with it. Things you want to inspect on the needle is you're looking for a ridge, and this one seems fine. Your floats, if you want to test those to make sure that those aren't bad, you can throw them in a cup of water and see if they end up sinking on you. Right here is your needle seat retainer. Unscrew that, and then you can get your needle seat out. So you'll see here on the bottom of your needle seat, there's an O-ring. If that is torn, it'll just keep on allowing fuel to come into the carburetor, and you won't be able to stop it. So it'll be dumping fuel basically right down your cylinder. Down this tube right here is your pilot jet. You're just going to need a small flathead screwdriver, loosen it up, and dump it out. Your pilot jet controls between 0 and quarter throttle. Over here on what would be the left side of the carburetor on the machine is your air screw. Pull that out and take a look at it. This has got a spring down in there, an O-ring on the air screw itself, and this is your choke. Just 12mm to pull that off. You can see how that operates. Pulls in and out to block passages in there. Outside of that, the only thing left is your gasket. If that's in good shape, you really shouldn't have to worry about it, but you can replace that as well. Your lines, this one's been pinched off. I believe it's for the oil injector, so they were running premix on this machine. See a little tarnish down in behind this needle jet. I'm going to clean that out. To show you what we're looking for here, I put a light underneath a cardboard box. You can see the amount of light coming through the main jet there. You can see the pilot. To get these to this condition, you're going to want to clean it out with carbon choke cleaner or compressed air. If you can't get them clean, you can replace the jets. So basically you want to clean through any passages in the carburetor. So down through your pilot jet hole, through your main jet hole, clean out your needle valve hole. Any spot you can stick a straw, just clean this guy out, because everything is interconnected. You're looking to get any dirt or any tarnish out of the carburetor. If you would, subscribe, helps me out. I'm trying to get somewhere, and I need help from you too. Once you've cleaned everything, you can go ahead and reassemble. So we'll drop the pilot jet down that hole right there. Washer back on here. Install our main jet. Just give it a little snug. Now we can put the plastic piece back on there. We can reassemble the needle seat. So drop that back down in place. Put our retainer in. And add the screw. Now we take the needle valve, slide that on the float, and push the pin through the floats here. Now, generally speaking, you want your floats level, and I always go by the marks in the floats. So you can see that this is going uphill a little bit. I want to adjust it so it's right about there. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to bend this little tab upwards a little bit, and that'll help bring that down. Now you can see that that line in the float is level with the base. You're going to want to watch this overflow right there. That's got to slide in between the floats and the center. And add our screws. I'm back over here on the left side of the carburetor. We'll reinstall our air screw. I'm going to turn this in until it bottoms. We're not really going to crank down on it. So that's bottomed right there, and I want to come out 1.5 turns. So half, 1, 1.5. We can reinstall our choke. What choke basically does is it chokes off some of the air to give it more fuel when you are first starting the machine, so it starts easier. Other thing I'd like to show you here is how to change the needle clip position. You're going to compress your spring up here like that, hold it in your cap, and we're going to pull up on that retainer. Now that retainer is holding your throttle cable in, so your throttle cable just slides down in there and hooks, and then that retainer holds it in place. Now this, we'll take a number 1 Phillips and we'll loosen these 2 screws right here, and then that will slide up out. Pay attention to the direction. This slot is facing that slot, so you know how to put it back in. Then you can pop your needle up here and change the position of your clip. So right now that clip is in the 3rd position. There's 5 total. I've seen conflicting info as to what is stock. I've seen both 2nd and 3rd position. So I'm going to leave it where it is. But basically what this is going to do is if you move this clip down, then the main jet is coming in earlier. If you move the clip up, then the main jet is coming in later, because this needle is sitting down inside your main jet. So if the clip goes up, the needle's sitting lower. If the clip goes down, the needle's sitting higher. So now we just drop this needle back down in there. Take our cap, drop that in the way it came out. Now your jet sizes, they can be adjusted for modifications to the quad. So if you're running a pipe or a better air filter that breathes better, you're going to have to go up in your jet sizes, as well as different elevations may require different jetting for the machine to run well. So I'm just going to press the spring back into the cap here, hold down, pinch it. I'm going to hook that around there just so it's on how it needs to be, and then snag that throttle cable right up in there like that. Now need to get that clip down in there. It's started, still needs to go some more. There we go. That's retained down in place. Get the spring back in it, and now our slide's ready to go back in. So I like to turn backwards first, because then you can hear it jump down into place like that, and we know we're aligned and not cross-threaded. Now put it back on the machine and go ride. So if this video helped you, please like, and if you would, subscribe. Helps me out. I'm trying to get somewhere, and I need help from you too. See you on the next one.